morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on episode number 2 here on the NDB Media Network. We're covering the House of Dragon. We're going to be going over episode 1, taking a peek possibly at episode 2. But to get us going, I want to thank everyone who joined us last week. And we thank you and for joining us this week. We'd love to hear your comments. We're going to get into an episode review in just a moment. I have to put in a link, which I was a little lame. I didn't put it up there. If you want to find out everything that's going on in the NDB Media world, that's our website. You can find us, of course, on Facebook, Twitch TV, twitch.tv/NDB Media. Facebook, this channel. Of course, you can find me on my personal page, public page, and such. We are on YouTube, but everything that we've done before is on our NDB Media page. Just very quickly, tomorrow we are interviewing author Bobby Nash at 7 p.m. Pacific time on this channel. So if you want to go ahead and join us, you're more than welcome. Who knows? The author, Bobby, may join us tonight. But for those of you that know, I have a tiny tease. We don't have the date yet, but it's going to be after September 15th. For those of you that know X-Files, Cigarette Man. Yes, that's all I'm going to say for right now. Will be joining us in the upcoming weeks amongst other guests. But right now, I am Lord Roger Fontenot. That's the family name, I guess the made-up family name. But that's where I'm at. If you'd care, in the chat room, let us know who you are and where you hail from. And we'd like to get into it right now. Heirs of the Dragon debuted 9.99 million. The largest audience to debut for an episode ever on cable. Hands down, not even close. Game of Thrones was breaking records. Well, now House of the Dragon did it with episode 1, number 1. And I don't know if it was that evening or the very next day, HBO went ahead and said, as they tend to, there will be a season 2 of Heir or House of the Dragon. Tonight's episode is Heirs of the Dragon, or actually last week's. And we're going to get into this next episode in a little bit. I am expecting my co-host, Lord Dream, to be joining me. Running a little late, I imagine. And if not, we're still going to move forward. But everyone in the chat room, go ahead. Let me know. What did you think of the premiere episode? You can give it a grade of 1 to 10. You can use A, B, C, D, E. I'm probably going to stick with the A, B, C, D, and F. But no, it was far from an F. I haven't decided. As I mentioned, I was ever so correct. I mean, come on, let's be real. There was going to be a lot of setup, but the episode did run fairly quick. There were a few moments where it did slow down a bit, but it's what happens when you have the first movie of an extended history, novella, saga, whatever you'd like to call it. It was easy to say it was going to plot along for a bit. There was enough going on, all characters being introduced. We got the usual. I want to know how many dragon counts there were, folks. How many dragons did you see? Or not necessarily dragons, but dragon counts. I'd love to know. And I would love to hear your opinions on what you thought of the episode. If anyone is willing to join me live, I'm going to put the link in the chat room. All you need is a camera or your phone, and you have to make sure that you can, that your phone has a camera on it. If you're on your computer, and you have to have a camera and a mic, you're more than welcome to join. I'm going to put that link in just a moment. And if you want to share your opinions, we're going to do that at about maybe the 5:20 mark or so. But I'm going to put the link in now, and I'm going to post it. Most of you will see it, but there it is on our twitch.tv page. That is the link, and you'll be able to join us. You'll go into your green room. I'll see who you are and stuff just before we bring you on. But that'll be at about the 5:20 mark. It is. I am on the West Coast. It's 5:05 p.m. So I would love to engage any brave souls that want to join me. You'll be more than welcome. If anyone is interested in being a co-host on this program moving forward, we'd love to hear from you. We would consider having you on. And Hassan, thank you, Hassan. Appreciate it. Hassan, where in the world are you? Folks, again, let us know where you are, who you are, and where you hail from. It's kind of nice to know. As you know, I'm in Southern California. And oops, sorry. Oh, I'm professionally. I'm not dressed. Oh, sorry. It's warm in here. I'm in Southern California, so I am in my office, my garage. And my banners are up, though. House Tigerian. So they're up. And, of course, let me know what you're drinking. You know, last time it was Kool-Aid, right? It was red. It was Kool-Aid. This time I went with the cider, Martinelli's. I wish they were sponsors. They'd be making money. But anyway. We sure would appreciate the subscribes and likes. And it's all good. Just very quickly on the calendar, tomorrow, Monday Night in America, as I said, Bobby Nash will be joining us, as well as on Tuesday on our Blog Talk Radio channel. You can find it all through ndbmedia.net. We have Fandom Access. On Wednesday, we have Travel Talk Radio. Also, this Wednesday, we have the Rock and Roll Shrink, which is on at 8 p.m. Pacific time. On Thursday, we have Travel Edge Radio. Also on Blog Talk Radio. That's our audio channel only. And then Thursday evening, Trekking Across the Universe is on this channel. As you know, it's at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then Saturday morning, we have Sports Talk with the guys. And now we have this one. And in about 22 minutes on our audio stage, on our audio channel, Casey Shapiro's The Walking Dead is on. So it's, I hate having concurrent programs, but two different audiences. Now, in entertainment news, I mentioned House of the Dragon has been renewed for a second season. So it looks like we're going to be here for at least 20 weeks, or at least another 19 weeks over the next 2 years. Yeah, I think it's only 10 episodes or 12. I don't know. It was really HBO that did the 12, and then they cut it down to 10. I used to like the 12 season episodes. But anyway, be that as it may. I'm caught in between on what I thought of the episode. I give it a C+ or a B-. Only because the episode, I call it a movie. It was more than an hour long, okay? So it did run more than an hour, and at times it did plod along. But it had my attention. It did not disappoint. Welcome back to Westeros. It was great seeing the different families, the Hightowers, the Valerians. Of course, you know, the Hand of the King is Otto Hightower from I believe, the most powerful or richest family. I believe their motto is, sorry about that. We light the way. So that I did get from the book. One of my cheat sheets, and it's a really good magazine. Again, not getting anything out of this. I picked it up at a local bookstore, House of the Dragon. The saga continues. It's by Hollywood Spotlight. The complete guide to the House of the Dragon. Really good stuff. It's about 98 pages. Gives detailed history. I did use it in preparation for our first episode last week, and I'm going to be referencing it as we move forward. But there was a lot going on in the episode. As you know, the monologue was a few minutes, and one of the first scenes that they said was the only thing that could bring down the house, and they're referring to the House of Tigerian, was itself. And that was the king that named Varys the king. There were two competing claims, as we knew beforehand. Now we know. It was really him and his sister. They were never going to give it to his sister. And you noticed in the episode that when one of the, not gladiators, but tournament jousting men asked for her favor, she was referred to as, oh my goodness, what was she referred to as? The queen that never was, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they asked favor of the queen who never was. So there were some subtle contradictions in the episode. And when I say contradictions, it's to pay attention to what's going on. It was significant during the tourney. Remember, the king called it because he was expecting a son. He believed it was son. We know we knew that that's what he was hoping to have. And hey, you know, it is what it is. But I do want to welcome a guest host on with us right now. Folks, one of the seven himself, one of the 7 gods of the realm of Westeros, Almighty. Good evening, Almighty. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Where's this guy at? I don't see him anywhere. Anyway,
Thank
how
you for
you
joining
doing?
us, Lord Almighty. Is that a contradiction, or is that a
I don't know.
stutterance?
I think it's redundant.
Redundance. There it is, folks. You're going to have the English language, the language of Westeros, butchered here
But
significantly.
what do you mean? That's a good. I like that word.
I like it too. Redundance. It's all good. Lord Almighty, tell me, did you get a chance to see the episode?
Okay, so is it redundant then? But anyway, yeah, I did. I saw it twice.
Oh yes, I was watching it a second time just before we went live as well.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how much I let go because I was so busy.
Well, I watched it, and then I had a little bit of time, so I watched the first episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh, really? I did not.
Well, I wanted to compare and see, how they both opened up. I mean, how they both started to see. I mean, it seems like, anyway, when I watched it, it seemed like Game of Thrones started off a little bit harder a bit quicker with the intro. I don't know, but anyway, I did watch it, and so, I mean, I like some of the actors. I mean, you got Matt Smith in there, the former Doctor Who, and a few others. So it all seems good, and I looking forward to the second episode.
Oh, most definitely. Now, for those that remember or maybe have not seen it,
and we still got the eye candy blondes. So
yes. Yes, all the of age blondes. We need to be careful on that, Almighty. Yes, we do. You and I are a bunch of old guys here.
and I also was keeping score. And in the first episode, I think the Game of Thrones outdid it in the nude colony 6-5. And then there was Game of Thrones did do better with the sex scenes. And I didn't know this, but they both had a fart. So I don't know where that came. I mean, it's weird. I don't know how. I mean, there's that loud fart in the one, and then fart in the Game of Thrones first episode. I'm like, oh God, okay, it's supposed to be a thing. I don't know if the one in the new episode was a homage or whatever you want, a homage or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's just funny. Like, wait a minute, what is this? It's kind of I mean, I know it's kind of immature, but still. Anyway, that was my thoughts on it. I did like it. I like Matt Smith's portrayal. He has that long blonde hair like The Witcher. So, So, I mean, you can see Matt Smith all over Netflix. So it's kind of funny.
Oh, heck yeah. As a matter of fact, as you know, Almighty was referring to how Game of Thrones began. For those of you that remember, it began out, I believe it was north of the wall. And there was a lot of commentary about how the bodies looked real. They were real, especially the little girl. I remember the talk about that back then.
Yeah, but it just seems like they started out really fast with this new episode.
Oh, they most definitely did.
I'm like, but wait a minute, there's nothing really going on. I think I almost, in a way, I remember watching it the first time. I was like, man, it's not really this interesting right now. I don't know what they're they waddled around for a while, but I'm giving it a shot. And I think as the episode picked up, things started to happen. I mean, Game of Thrones. I mean, you got the kid getting thrown out of the window, and then a lot of things were going on in that first episode of Game of Thrones to set the whole season up. And then this one seems to be, we're going to talk a lot.
It was more Star Trekian then because it was more talk a lot. That's funny. Hey, that might be the episode, talk a lot. I did comment prior to your arrival that it did plot along at times. But again, it's because of the history that we have that came before it, wanting us to immerse it, or re-immerse ourselves in the universe. And there was a lot going on, but action-wise, as Almighty says, I think is clear. And here we go. I want to bring him on right now. Earl Wagner. How you doing, Earl? Thank you for joining us. Oh. I guess not. Okay.
You scared him off, Raj. All right.
I think I did. Well, I did put the link out there. I did invite several people if they wanted to join us. So I think what we'll do next time is I think the person was prepping and wasn't expected to be brought in that quick, so I do apologize. What we'll do is we'll bring you on. We'll prep you next time. I do apologize.
But I don't have like I got my Star Wars poster, and I'm still using my football poster for now. I didn't take time to get some other stuff ready, but I do have
And while he looks for that,
my dragon. I do have my dragon.
You do.
So.
That is awesome. Well, you have a dragon. I have a part of a dragon for one that was slayed by the I am Lord Roger Noriega of Fontenot. That's my hall, not Heron Hall, but Fontenot.
Yeah,
and that's when we took out a dragon many ages ago. I drink in his claw. So it's all good. Michael, thank you for joining us. Yes, as quickly as it was, Michael, the code is out there. You can join us as well. So, folks, as I mentioned, in a few minutes, if you want to go ahead and join us at about 5:20, which will be in about 3 minutes or so, if you'd like to give us a quick review, and if you would like, I want to institute something else, you may contact us through our Facebook page, our YouTube page, or even our Twitter page, twitter.com/NDB Media. NDB Media everywhere. If you want to do a 30-second review of the episode before, go ahead and record it, and we will gladly play it on air. So we would like to introduce that, which we're going to reach out to our audience. We would like it to be a minimum of 15 seconds to a maximum of 30 seconds. Record your review. You can read it out and have something in the background, but we would like a video one. If you want to do audio only, I would accept an audio file, but you have to contact us through our Twitter feed for that one, or on Facebook, however. I would love to hear reviews. Maybe you don't have the wherewithal or the testicular fortitude, as we say in sports talk with the guys, to do it live. That's cool. We would love to have your reviews. So we are instituting that with this week's episode. I know I didn't announce it last week, but I'm putting a call out now. So if you want to do a review of episode number 2, go ahead and record it, do it on video, 15 to 30 seconds. Look, guys, if you go over, you go over. But that's what I'm looking for, 15 to 30 seconds. That way, the more reviews, the better. And the best review that we have, voted on by the audience and us. So we will offer some sort of prize starting next week. So
are we the audience, though?
Well, we actually have quite a few people watching us, which is really
cool.
I'm
just kidding.
So there it is, folks. I'm going to see if I'm not going to post the rules. You heard them already. Your reviews, 15 to 30 seconds, and we'll see about it. So let me see. What do we have right here? Oh, yes. Thank you for that, Almighty. I wasn't able to place them, and you got them right away. One of the actors.
He's on Outlander.
Yes. Graham McTavish. He plays the knight, the Sir Knight.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, who tells the little princess, she says, try not to look too relieved upon my return. And of course he says, oh, I'm very happy because I don't want my head on a spike. I love this line.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, something like that.
But from what I've seen of him, he's a good character actor. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, he's not what I've seen. I haven't seen him really in a starring role, but whatever character he gets, he thinks to be he's able to pull it off. So I recognized him. It's like I said, him and Matt Smith, and I probably know a few others, but I just can't place them. But Matt Smith, I've seen Matt Smith. Matt Smith, I don't know why they chose Matt Smith to play Charlie Manson, because he's kind of too tall, but plus anyway, he did, and he did a pretty good job at it. He was able to get somewhat of an American accent to Charlie. So
that's of course Damon, right?
What? No, Matt Smith, Doctor Who.
Yeah, he plays Damon Targaryen.
Oh yeah, I thought you said Matt. I thought you were talking about Matt Damon. So God.
Sorry, no.
I have, and you're the one that's drinking, and I can't. And
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really drinking. Everyone, share with us what you're drinking. I'm drinking the Martinellis, people.
Well, I'm just saying you had the. I mean, I'm having a. I had a what's it a blonde. I mean, a moment.
Yes, you did. You had a blonde slash white moment.
Yes.
Well, we did see the setup. We know the two big families, the um, the Valerians, generally from the south, southwest, if I'm not mistaken. They're the ship traders. We talked about them in last episode, and now we know the role that they're going to have. They're concerned about the pirates early on, and we saw early in the episode when he's reporting, hey, there are these pirates, and they're pretty creative on how they deal with their enemies. And of course, Otto von Hightower shuts them down and says, yes, the throne or the chair has heard your report. Thank you. And that was it, and shuts him down. Later on in the episode, he says, hey, what are you guys talking about? There's no worry about an heir. We already have an heir by law and by right. Talking about, of course, Damon. And Damon says, thanks for the support. And of course, he says nothing to that because he's not happy about it because they're not happy with the guy. They don't like the guy. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's dangerous because of what he does, because he is the commander of the watch. And where he talks about the men that he has. He says, you are sniveling cowards. I've made you into a pack of hounds. It is our time. We go out and we do. And they pretty much just slaughter everyone. It's crazy. And then in the council meeting later, they were talking about the trouble he is. And they made him chief of the coin. And of course, he spent way too much money. And the others, you heard them going off. He is a problem. But the king makes it very clear. He is my blood. He is my brother. And he stands by him. So
right. Yeah. So he seems, he's doing a good job on that, Matt Damon. I mean, now you get me talking about Matt Damon.
That was you. I didn't do any of that.
That's true. Well, Matt Smith is doing a good job with the role they handed him. I think he's having fun with it.
Yeah, folks, I apologize. I'm gonna be overtly rude right now. It is 94 degrees in here, and I don't know why, but it is just very warm in here. I have the AC on and everything, but it's still very warm. So I apologize. So if I undress, I don't mean to scare everyone. Oh, there went our audience numbers. I apologize. It's not my intent. I have a Star Trek undershirt on, so don't worry. It won't be any more dangerous.
You say it's hot, but yet you're dressed for winter. For your winter, anyway.
Winter is coming. It's always coming.
Not today.
So, folks, I'm going to be on the careful side. I'm going to rate it a C+ on this one, only because it did plot along. I'm happy it's back, but I'm sure there's going to be more coming down the road. Almighty, on a scale from 1 to 10, or using A, B, C, D, F, what sort of rating do you think you would give it? I know I didn't ask you for this. Michael in the chat room, everyone else in the chat room, folks, what are your thoughts on the episode itself? I'm going to put the link back in there again. So if someone wants to go ahead and join us and talk about it, you are more than welcome. So what are your thoughts?
I am going to give it a C.
Okay.
Maybe C. I'm going to give it a C because that way it's in the middle, so it either goes up or down as the season progresses. So we'll see. I mean, it's not bad. It doesn't deserve like an A or a B, and it's not an F or a D. So it's average right now. For me, it's average. I mean, nothing. I mean, I understand. Yeah, so we'll see what they're setting up in that first season because, like I said, it took a while to build up to see what you were doing. So anyway,
you have a lot of politics going on in the episode, and I love the subtleties. How the jousters would come up and ask for the favors, and each time they asked for a favor, it bent someone's nose, and it was funny. And if you thought about it, they were all family up there or close to it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
If there was a lot of violence going on too.
Yeah. Now remember, Damon chose, I think it was a Dwayne Hightower as the first one of the tournament, and he takes him out. I think he cheated, but since he's the crown prince, what are you going to do, right? He took out the horse's legs. I mean, that's the lamest move. If that were legal, everyone would do it.
Right.
But yeah. So I don't know if he got that subtlety, of course. And then Damon went and asked for Alicent's favor. Alicent is Hightower's daughter, and she looked up, realizing, and Hightower just do what you do. And then later on, of course, there was another one where I think it was Christine, born of not noble birth but common birth. He comes up and he asks for favor, and of course she gives it to him. And she's thinking about it. But oh my God Almighty! Did I just stutter? Oh my God Almighty! Anyway, Almighty, was it creepy when Damon presented the Valerian necklace to his niece?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know how to take that. It's like, oh wait, I mean, I'm just thinking, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. It was creepy. It was creepy, and yeah, it was creepy. But I keep thinking, didn't the first episode of Game of Thrones have an incest thing too?
Yes, it did, brother and sister.
So yeah, because it caught the brother. Yeah, that kid. I can't remember his name, man. That's what caused his trouble. He saw them up at the tower.
He ended up being king.
No, but I'm just saying that, so there must be a thing for an incest in this Game of Thrones thing. I don't know what it is. I could do without it, but I guess it is what it is.
Oh, there is a lot. Now, of course, she didn't get that. It's uncle, everything. They get along. She has no clue, but the way he treats her, and thank goodness they didn't really overdo it on the creep factor. I mean, it was obvious.
No, but you
they were alone.
And the way he was touching her, and it's like, wait, whoa. That's kind of a little. I mean, I guess in this day and age that you just look at somebody and you're a groomer. So I mean, it doesn't. It's just this time, and they're just. It doesn't take much for them to actually push to get you to that point.
Yeah, I really didn't understand what the term groomer was until maybe about a year ago. Jeez. He's grooming. There's no doubt about it.
So now I use it no matter what. I think. Oh, he's grooming. She's grooming him. I mean, because she's talking to a younger kid, it's, she's grooming him. I mean, come on. So to me, everybody's a groomer now because might as well.
Yeah, no kidding. We do want to announce that we know that if you do have HBO Max, the episode debuts local time 9 p.m. Eastern time. But if you have HBO Max and presumably anywhere in the world at 9 p.m. Eastern, the episode goes live wherever you are if you have HBO Max. So in less than an hour, if you have HBO Max, of course, check with your local distributor as well as cable company, as well as HBO Max. But, I apologize.
You can also get the app.
Getting a little bit of gas there. I apologize. I guess the apple cider is doing me in. But next week, I'm going to debut. You've
been watching too much Game of Thrones. You got gas from it. I
think so. I have my Game of Thrones Targaryen cup. And for next week, when we're going to be covering the One Ring, I have my Lord of the Rings one for my
all right,
all that good stuff. So I already debuted it. Sorry. So it is what it is. So, folks, at this time, if you guys want to give us your reviews, your comments, even in the chat room, we'd love to hear them. And we'll see. Look, at the end of the episode, there were some subtle things I caught, and that's what I was talking about just before Almighty joined us. I don't know if you caught it. Damon, of course, the brother, is there because, they're celebrating I am the heir, whether he has a son or not. I am the heir, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. And it was, while the training was going on, Emma was giving birth.
Well, right. And that was another scene in itself. I mean, all that, her screaming and them cutting her. Oh man, that was getting in there too. I mean, you had the violence of the jousting, then the violence with her giving birth, about how they had to do the C-section and all that stuff, and it was like one big gore party.
I'm not sure if you caught it, but while it was going on, just before, I believe the son was named Baal. It was mentioned very quickly. You can
Yeah, I
correct me
heard
if I'm
that.
wrong.
Yeah, because it was. I think they were talking about Christian Bale. I don't
Ah,
know if I
funny.
don't know if he's going to be Batman or not, but
Oh,
I don't know.
hey, you never know. I didn't think about that.
Unless they meant a bale of hay, or
Oh,
can you make bail? So I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I caught that.
King of Westeros. I don't think they have to worry about Baal. But nevertheless, that was the name. But just before the baby was born, did you notice that Damon won his job and he pointed up and it was subtle or poetic. I don't know if you guys caught that, but he was like, "That's it, I won, and it's me." And then a moment after, the baby was born, and then he loses. It was no accident. It was done that way. As soon as the male heir was born, he got his butt whooped in the tourney, and
Yeah,
eventually Christian, not related to the kid Bale, but the man of normal birth, I guess, common birth, beat him, and it was so subtle the imagery right there that he was the heir for a moment, and then he is no longer the heir, and then of course he gets shipped out at the very end, and I don't know, and he heard the whole conversation of the court.
oh yeah, gosh, I
Oh,
was
how the
watching
hell
that,
did that happen?
and I was thinking to what's his name of the Tonight Show that hit into that they hit in the office while they were meeting.
Yeah,
Not David Letterman, but the other guy, and I can't remember his name.
Night Shift or whatever the name of the movie. Yes,
No.
it was the HBO movie.
No.
Yes,
This was real. This was real.
yes, it was on the Tonight Wars.
Oh,
It was
okay.
who would get the Tonight Show.
Right,
Yes,
right, right. Okay, you're right. I
of
thought
course.
you no, but
Yes, no, I
but
am.
well, I thought night. What anyway? What was this? Jay Leno. There we go. I knew I'd
Yes,
get it. The guy with the big whatever chin.
yeah, that's
I wonder
right.
if that. But anyway, be quiet. Anyway,
Oh
I'm just
no,
no. Okay, you're right. You just
that's right.
now go ahead and sit on your finger and spin. Uh,
I'm too heavy for that.
I know. But anyway, that was kind of funny. If you make that reference, that's kind of hey, what's he do? But you see it all the time. But yeah, he's he's peeking around.
Yeah, and then of course the king then finds out later. Viserys finds out that Daemon was out celebrating and literally whoring around while his
Yeah.
son
Oh
was.
my God, that really that he did that was not looked upon in in favor. I mean, he almost got himself in a lot. Yeah, he got himself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so he got sent away. So now we have the pieces moving. We have some of the main characters out. As I believe the queen, who never was, they play a smart couple, those two. So I think they're going to make a play for taking power because we see what happens by the end of the episode. Once Damon is sent away, well, the young
Yeah.
lady, she is named the heir apparent. She's very young.
Yes,
So,
she is. Yes, that's so. It's
yeah.
going to be. It's going to be. I mean, I kind of. Well, anyway, having a woman. I mean, because I kept making an issue like, well, a woman has never sat in the throne or And then that's when they're going. Oh yeah, that's going to change now because they already that's the foreshadow thing maybe. So she got it.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. I really did. I counted. The dragon count was 2 for me. I don't know if anyone else got that. And it was within the first 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, of the episode we saw our first dragon. So, and before Almighty got in, I did say that at the very beginning of the episode, when the original king was talking about naming the heir, the whole thing was the only thing that could bring down the House Targaryen was itself.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's something that's been stated. I don't know if it was in this episode again or if I read it somewhere else, but it is said that we do not control the dragons. It's who controls dragons, really. but they do as best they can, and they're dragon riders, and they're really good at it. And it's interesting because that's all she wants to do. All she wants to do is ride with uh, her friend Alicent. Remember, she talks about going across the narrow sea and visiting all
Yeah.
these places.
Yeah, that's
She
all.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
she knows she's not going to be.
yeah. Now that's over.
Oh yeah.
So that she kind of got blindsided with that because she thought, you know what, I'm just going to ride dragons. Then he can lead. I'll just be riding dragons. I'll see you later. Call me if you need me.
Yeah, well, the scene, it was traumatic when Emma died, the queen. I did, it's like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. It was wretched the way she went. But prior to that, when she has the scene when her daughter, there's the moment where she says, "You smell like dragon." Look,
Oh yeah, yeah. Go take a shower. You smell of dragon. Yeah.
yeah,
Or a bath. They didn't have showers. I don't know.
right.
I don't know. Just,
Same thing, buddy.
yeah,
We're
but
good.
yeah, you gotta get that soap on. You smell like dragon. And that's
They're having that little back and forth where she says, "Well, I don't want to do that," and she says, "Young lady, the child bed is our battlefield, and we must have a stiff upper lip." That is the way things were, man. It's horrible.
I don't think she wants anything to do with. I don't think that she has anything to do with that battle. I don't think she wants to be part of the birthing bed or whatever. I think she has her own. Well, she did. I don't know what's going to happen now since she had to be now that she's taken over. And she's like you said, she's awful young. So we'll see how many people try to, bend her to her will, or be in the background to pull the strings, like people are doing with Biden right now. So
Folks, we want to remind you that the Game of Thrones episode number 2 will be debuting in under 22 minutes, in about 21 minutes. We will end early, as we're going to be ending at 10 minutes before, so everyone can do whatever they're going to do. The episode's only going to run 50 minutes. At this point, we would be projecting what we think is going to be happening. As you know, HBO always gives us a look at next week. But what they did this time, and you had to see it through HBO Max, was what we would see in the upcoming weeks. So it's not like what's on next week like they did on Game of Thrones all the time. So there's speculation. We're going to see, it's very thin on speculation. I believe there's going to be a time jump. I don't think it's going to be right away. But we do know that Viserys' daughter, they have 2 where she's younger and she's a tad older as well. So I don't know how they're going to work it, whether we're going to see a time jump right away or it's going to be going back and forth. I have no idea. But I still believe we're going to be in the time that we saw as her as being the heir apparent and issues that she may have now. Because Daemon just got sent north. And then we know there's pirate activity. And Otto Hightower probably wants a little bit of revenge of the guy that's no longer the heir to the throne for what he did to his son. So I think Otto Hightower. So remember, when he shows up in court, he insults Otto Hightower and he stands up. He knows who he is, and he's like, "Come on, you little." and Viserys says, "Look, you know my brother just likes to cause that. You should know better. Calm down." But Hightower was having none of it. He didn't care if the king was there or not. So he may be an older man, but when it comes to honor, Hightower's not a coward.
Well, you got to know when to back down too, because the king's like, "Wait a minute, just so not in front of my men."
Yeah, that's right. So, folks, all kidding aside, we'd love to see your graded reviews in the chat room if you would. Lord Roger gives them a C+, just short of a B-. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't. Almighty gives it a C. If Michael is still in the chat room, I don't know what grade he gave, but there it is, folks. Those are our opinions of this week's episode. And on this one, again, based on the preview was in the weeks ahead. So it's hit and miss what's going to happen. I just believe we're going to be in this time frame. Hightower's after Daemon.
Right.
Yeah. Duh. That's the easiest one.
Ugh. Every time you say Damien, I'm gonna keep thinking about Matt now.
Well, I'm not saying Damien. I'm saying Damon.
Well, same thing, Matt.
All right, fair enough. So, some additional thoughts that you may have on that, Almighty.
Well, I hope he doesn't get trapped on the Titan. Oh, never mind. Nope. I'm looking forward to the show, and so we'll see where it goes.
All right, fair enough. I wanted to give a shout out. As you heard, we debuted our theme for this program, the NDB Media theme. It was at the beginning of the episode, of course, written and performed by Robert Summers Potterton III. We give him a shout out. We're going to give him a little link at the bottom. That was at the beginning of the program. So we went away from our 30-second countdown, and we had an image of Game of Thrones while you could hear our opening theme. That's our theme from when we were an audio program, and we just brought it over to video for the first time. So, folks, now you have it. Next week, we are looking for your 15 to 30-second reviews of episode 2. Okay? And the best review I'll announce the prize at the beginning of the episode. And, of course, it will be related to Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. Now, next week, I don't know if we're going to be adding it, but on this Friday, if I'm not mistaken, The War of the Ring, The One Ring, debuts on Amazon Prime. And Lord Dream and I were expecting to be talking about that episode as well. So it's going to be 2 episodes. It's going to debut roughly at 9 p.m. Eastern, and they're going to do the same thing. It debuts at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Eastern. Check. Make sure. Don't go by what I'm saying because there was a change. And it's going to be a 24-hour premiere or a worldwide premiere at that hour. So.
Wouldn't that be 6 o'clock?
My time.
Pacific.
Yeah.
You said Eastern, so I.
Well, I said either 9 p.m. Eastern or 6.
Never mind. You said something that wasn't right.
Like I say things that are. What a shock, folks.
You're trying to follow in my footsteps. So.
Oh, no. I'm the leader when it comes to that, so don't worry about it. So, all right, folks. Those are our thoughts. There was some good stuff. Laid the groundwork. Like I said, it was going to plod along, and sure enough, it did. But there was enough there to have my interest, and I'm looking forward to seeing because, look, HBO knows what to do when it comes to something like this. I fully expect them to pick up the action, the intrigue, and the story. No one knew what we had with Game of Thrones. It was near the end of the first season when it just took off.
Yeah.
This time we're at the very beginning. And I knew they have to have a lot of groundwork laid so that the story could be told. And that's why it was going to take a while. And I think Almighty felt the same way, right? There were moments where it did slow down, right?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't. But, like you said, I mean, well, just wait and see. I mean, just the first episode. I mean, not everything's, I mean, because sometimes we complain, sometimes we complain that all it is action the whole way through. And then when they take the time to explain something, we whine about that too. So we're never happy.
That's right. But Almighty and I are not millennials. So we don't decide in 5 or 15 minutes whether the program is good or not. We'll give it some episodes.
Well, yeah, plus anyway, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. Folks, we appreciate the likes, the subscribes. They help us out. It allows us to grow the channel. And we are absolutely happy. Want to give a shout out to Michael Day, Nick Valente, and Gridiron Girl for giving us a like. Also, Casey Shapiro. You guys did that on my personal page, so it doesn't show up right here. But thank you. Once again, we're going to be on same time next week. And tomorrow, Bobby Nash joins Monday Night America on this channel. So he's a big-time author. You can check him out. Has a lot of stuff in the works. We're going to enjoy having that conversation. But it looks like we're going to finish it up a few minutes early, and we're going to get to the next episode tonight, and we'll see what happens. Folks, that's Lord Almighty. I'm Lord Roger. I'm good with it. Anything else, Almighty?
No, I don't see anything. Let's Listen to your voicemail after the show, Roger.
Awesome.
I'm just saying. I was looking at some of the posts on the YouTube channel. Since I don't think you have it up, do you? Do you have that up at the same time?
I need you to clarify what you mean by up, because Game of Thrones is about to debut.
Okay. Anyway, that was from Michael Day. Was that so?
Awesome.
But did you?
All
I
right.
mean, maybe you already saw it, so I don't know.
I suppose I did.
And
All
for
right. Well,
some
ladies and
reason-
gentlemen, it's all good. We are pretty much out of here. Enjoy Game of Thrones, and we'll
Yep.
see you guys next week. And we'll probably be adding the War of the Ring. So, Almighty, thank you for joining me, and everyone else in the chat room, Hassan, Michael, and everyone else. Thank you for your comments. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Peace.
I think I'm going to do the outro with the music. Wow. Yeah, so let me see if I can get that to go.
That sounds great.
Yeah, let me see. I'm going to do a cover up there, and boom.
Wow.